Good afternoon from San Diego, California. We're down visiting family for a few days, and we have the opportunity to go check out some motorhomes. We are always on the lookout for our next motorhome, and right now, you've heard us talk about maybe fifth wheels, but we've determined we are not fifth wheel people. We love having all those conveniences at your fingertips while you're driving down the road. So we're not fifth wheel people, but are we Super C people? Because those Super Cs, big diesel engine, strong heavy towing capacity, and also they can be converted to four-wheel drive. So rain nor sleet nor snow will stop us from traveling. We're on our way to Mesa RV. One short detour because we don't have Sonic in Alaska, so we're gonna go get a Sonic slush. But at Mesa RV, we're going to check out 3 Super Cs that they have. And I want to warn you, we are not doing like RV tours. You know, this is more a video just riding along with us while we go and look at RVs for our own personal future purchases. So please don't view this as an actual tour of the RV. We will say that, yeah, this is the Jayco Senaca, blah, 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 32, blah, blah, blah. But we will not, do a formalized tour, and we're going to be moving quick because we are very specific on the features that we're looking at. We'll be pulling in there shortly, but first we need to get an order of high fructose corn syrup, red number 5, and a few other chemicals that we can't pronounce in a tasty concoction called a Sonic slush. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Have a good day. You got your RV Hall of Fame shirt on. So the really ironic thing is that the saying on her shirt says enjoy the ride. And before we even thought of that, like you guys saw when we thought of that when we were in Alaska.
Long before we ever
And we got there and they had our saying on their shirt. So we thought it was pretty cool. Okay, so this is not the Super C I was thinking of, but they are classified as Super Cs.
Okay.
Yeah, totally want to check out the interior, but I was thinking like the Seneca, where you have a Freightliner chassis. We're pretty specific on what we're actually looking for. This seems more like it would be a C+.
Yeah, this
because,
like a Super C to me.
No, this doesn't meet the Super C vision that I have in mind. So another thing I have to throw out there is we are using our backup camera right now because our nice Sony is in the shop. And this camera does not work well in low light situations. So there were some black spots in there that I just could not get a good shot for. This is the only one they have. So this video might have to be continued in a day and a half from now, when we are up in the Inland Empire and there's some dealers up there. It's up to 15 and we have family members up there, so we're gonna visit them while we're down here. I was really hoping to go look at something today.
Me too, I'm really bummed. See you in a couple days.
Hey guys, fast forward 2 days later. We are actually melting up here in Menifee, California, but we just pulled into Richardson RV, and as soon as we pulled in, we saw about 5 or 6 Super Cs, real Super Cs, not like the Ford F-Series C+ jobbers. So we're gonna head on in and hopefully they don't mind if we bring you guys along. Now this is more like it. This is a Jayco Senaca 36 FK. After 2 days of Alaska rain, 45 degrees out, the most miserable weather you could imagine, would you be comfortable watching a movie there?
Yeah, I need a little pillow for my head. It's kind of low, but other than that, I'm pretty good.
That's huge right there.
Surprisingly comfortable as well.
That is a good looking dinette.
Which is rare.
And some of the Super Cs, we notice you lose, they don't actually have a bed up here.
In some of them?
Yeah, some of them it's more of an entertainment center because we do want to have the guest bedroom there. Do all of the Senecas have RV fridges?
I believe
Okay, because
so.
we're fans of RV fridges, not the residentials. The counter spaces, these a little bit to be desired. That pulls out. Okay, the whole island pulls out. That's a lot better.
Yeah.
And they're on nice roller guides.
Right, 75-pounders, full extension pull-out.
Okay, I've never been a fan of these. I think when you're in here day-to-day living, you're going to have to like just leave those at home or stick them in a basement compartment. Is it a good bedroom? Well, this is a good bedroom. Yeah. We'd have to change that out for a 12-volt TV.
Not a big deal.
No?
Look at all this closet space though and cabinet space.
There's a problem. You're the one with the nightstand, and Benny doesn't get a nightstand. I'd have to put a little shelf or something over there. Okay, this could work. It's a good-sized bathroom. Is this one of those toilets that grinds as you
Yes.
flush?
Senaca macerator.
I'm not a fan of that one because every drop of water matters to us.
I'm told this is the most popular. This is the one we've sold the most of.
Jayco Senaca 37TS. This living room is very spacious. You still have the bed up there. It's not a recliner, but it looks like a pretty comfortable couch. That dinette looks nice. This kitchen is really good, and then you have another love seat right there. Another big bedroom, king-size bed. That's what we want. I think this is where we might be able to sneak in a washer dryer, but it'd have to be one of those combo units, which we're not big fans of because they take 6 to 8 hours to do a load of laundry. Got a massive closet here. Sheesh. The vanity is here in the hallway, which is nice. And the bathroom. Okay, that's got the Sanicon. Not a fan of that because it fills up your black water tank quick. I like the shower. It doesn't have a tub. I know Rebecca will like that little sitting area. I guess that's something that you value when you shave your legs. Guys, it is really hot today. It's like, it was 105 on our way up. So these things have been kind of closed up all day long. So we're in a sauna. I like the way that dinette looks.
It's very comfortable.
Yeah, it looks classy. And those drawers, like that's a massive slide out drawer.
This is a huge drawer. And I really like how you can come in and sit like this.
Yes, I like how it has the back cushion there. Very well thought out. That light fixture's kind of nice.
It is. And I feel like I could see us sitting here working. You know?
Oh, totally. We could work from home in this. So, are you now coming around to the idea of a Super C?
I will consider it.
Now a 37FS. I like the colorings in here a little better. You know, that darker look. So that's a small couch. And that's a small little reclining chair. Retaining the sleeping area up there. Kind of a modern funky pattern on the dinette, but not as cool of a dinette as that last one did have. No propane oven, but we'll add that later.
I like how that
Convection
comes
cooktop.
out.
You know, there's still not much counter space. You're gonna have
Well,
to.
when you add this.
I know,
That's-
but like our current
especially because-
motorhome has more counter area than this. This is the bunkhouse.
That's just made for a bunch of Rubbermaid.
That is pretty cool. I like the concept of the bunks, but do I want to give up the space? That looks like a queen size bed.
But there's room for it to be a king. I think this might be a king. It's hard to tell. Unlike the other one, it does have room for a washer and a dryer separately.
If the hookups are there. You can't see them, but there are washer dryer hookups back there. That would be cool because we could put a real washer dryer. I like the counter space. Look at all that.
I do too.
Is that a normal toilet?
Yeah.
I like it. Nothing against composting toilets, I just haven't test ridden one yet. It's a two-handed operation. I guess we're probably not level. I'm going in. Headroom's not an issue.
How about the rest of it?
Yeah, it's a little tighter than our current one, but I'm willing to give up on, that kind of space.
I do like that it's all inside this bathroom. You don't have your vanity out in the hallway.
And I like that it's kind of like a smoked, not smoked, but it's like a
Nobody can
textured
see anything but the
glass.
outline of you.
So they can get the outline, but not the details.
This is also a really spacious bathroom in general. Like, you can sit down on the toilet and have plenty of room.
Yes, you could.
Aside from the lack of recliners in this one, it's actually would be something I would consider.
Yeah, I just like the living space in that other one. What do you think about the color patterns and all that on the outside and the exteriors?
I like the black and gray and white best.
Yeah, that's a very fitting color for us.
Yeah, I don't mind the black and red, but I'm not crazy about the gold part.
Now on to the 37HJ.
This one almost feels like they have their own little room up here.
Yeah. Okay, the slide is in on this model. But you have the sleeping area above the cab. I like the entertainment center. Fireplace I could care less about. Couch would not hold up well to our dogs. It'd get stained. The white interior is not going to hold up well for us.
That can be changed. But here's the deal breaker in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. So keep in mind, slides are all in. And you want to squeeze in. I'm squeezing. Alright, I'm in the bedroom. Yeah.
I like the way that the wardrobe is in the back though.
Oh, yeah, you have to go all the way back there to get to the wardrobe. One thing I like about our old motorhome right now that we have is everything functions very well when we have the slide in. Alright, time to inhale. The bathroom is kind of odd, but in a way I kind of like it. So you have your toilet room there. There's the vanity. And then there's the shower. So it kind of has a little zig and a zag to it. No, not our floor plan. Hey honey, look, an open range.
I was going to point that out to you as well.
Hey Robert, look, an open range. Okay, so while we're here, they're going to give us a quick tour of the facility. I guess they have a massive parts and service department.
Our parts department is pretty large, as you can see here.
You know, service is everything because, okay, let's face it, these things are built by humans and there's nuts and bolts and moving parts and things are going to break no matter what kind of quality control you have.
Right.
So service is very important. Well, they have a lot of bays here. So real quick, if you're traveling, because like full-time type of travel, and you break down on the road, do you guys have spots where people can stay in their RVs?
Yeah, we have customer spots over there.
Oh, customer spots over there. That's awesome.
We have a dump station open. It's free for customers for the entire time they own their RV.
Seriously, that's pretty cool. Like when you come in for service, being able to have all those things.
Right. This is 13 acres, I believe.
Yeah.
This spot.
Well, you guys also have a lot of Richardsons around the Inland Empire.
3 locations.
I am officially willing to consider a Super C. Things that I liked about it, all of the ones that we looked at had king-size beds. I do like that there's room for a washer and dryer. One model in particular had room for a stackable washer and dryer, which for me, I think is a really big deal because when we do have the opportunity to do laundry, it's like one day while we're plugged in. And we need to get it all done. And those Euro style ones, the combos, it takes like 6 hours to do a load of laundry. So you're going to spend 3 or 4 days getting all your laundry done. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but you could only maybe do 2 loads of laundry in a day. The Jayco Senaca, every seat I sat in was comfortable. Every dinette I sat at was comfortable. I do like the layouts.
It looks like quality material.
It looked quality. I'm curious to do some more research. I know Ben's read a lot already, so I'm behind the 8 ball here because I really wasn't getting on board. But lots of closet space. I liked the bunk bed model because it had the stackable washer and dryer and it left options open in terms of storage or little people. I wasn't as crazy about the seating up in the living room area. What I think we would probably end up doing if we got that one would be just to take out the dinette and the couch that's in there and put in a different couch that's a recliner set and then a regular table and chairs.
Customize it ourselves.
Yeah.
But the bones
are there.
Yeah.
And I also really liked the closet space in the one with the bunk because it had the same size closet, maybe even a little bigger than we already have, plus 6 huge drawers underneath, and then a cabinet on the side that had 2 more drawers on the side of it. I mean, like oodles of closet and storage compared to what we have now. They all had RV fridges, no residential fridges. And they all had those pull-out
kitchen counter,
so you extend your counter space. I really liked that when we looked at the Phaetons, and I like that this has it. It all looked really nice. It felt, like the material felt nice. The beds were comfortable. He said they actually put upgraded beds in these. You don't have to do that yourself, and it was comfortable when I laid down on it. And I also liked the way the bathrooms were laid out, where everything was inside a contained space. You didn't have your vanity out in the hallway. And even worse than the vanity out in the hallway, you didn't have your shower out in the hallway. That's even better, because I don't like the shower in the hallway thing.
This is a really nice RV dealership. They were so friendly, and
They were.
Scott was awesome. He showed us around. He was fairly new to the RV industry, but he had heavy truck experience, and yeah, just a great, pleasurable experience here.
They had a pretty awesome looking service department too. Like, they really had attempted to provide some amenities to people while they're staying here for service.
Well, with that being said, we now need to fight LA traffic and get to the airport so we can fly home to Alaska. Thanks for watching this video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and most importantly, enjoy the ride.